Hey YouTube, Alex here, and in today's video, I've got some bad news for you. My US passport renewal was rejected. Today's video, I'm going to discuss, am I going to get deported? Am I going to be blacklisted and sent back home to the United States? Stay tuned to find out. You'll notice that my face is shaved. I think it's the first time my chin has seen sunlight in years. Anyway, I wish today's video wasn't a little bit stressful, but it is. I tried to renew my US passport and I got a letter in the mail with my old passport in it. I got this letter. I'll read this letter at least until I get bored and then we'll go from there. So it's got a little sticky note on it, RTS. Dear applicant, Alexander, and my last name. This refers to your application for a US passport, which you mailed to the embassy. We're returning your application because then they've got all these check boxes down here where they indicate the reason for the rejection of your renewal application. And it is checked at the bottom. Your passport photo needs to be, and where it's checked again, a high resolution photo that is not blurry, grainy, or pixelated. Next, a clear image of your face. Do not use filters commonly used on social media. This is a photo I tried to use. You can see it's blurry. So what does this mean? Am I getting deported from the Philippines? Am I getting sent out of the Philippines? Am I no longer welcome here? Will I have to go home to the US? Stay tuned until next time to find out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that to you guys. So essentially what happened was I went to get a passport photo, and I'm not gonna name the business. I don't wanna throw them under the bus. But I went to get it done, and what's required of the photo is that it's 2 inches by 2 inches. Well, they gave me a photo that was 2 inches up and down and 1 inch side to side. And so that photo would not qualify for the renewal. So I took it back and I wasn't paying attention. They took a photograph of the old photo and then expanded it, right? They didn't take a new photo. I just said, whatever, I'm sure it'll be fine, and I sent it in. That turned out to be a mistake. If you are going to get your passport photo done, make sure that you use a fresh photo that's 2 inches by 2 inches. Don't allow them to, oh, it's fine, no, it's not fine. It will get rejected. You will have to do what I'm gonna have to do, and I'll tell you the solution later in the video. But everything else I did was just fine. I filled out the paperwork properly, I used the proper lettering, I gave them all the information, I even sent in my old passport. And I was excited on stream this morning thinking that my new passport would arrive. I'd go to my visa service that I work with here in Dumaguete. They would go to Manila to transfer my old visa extension information to my new passport. Everything would be fine. Well, that's not gonna work. And so now, because I don't want another delay, because I don't want to lapse further into being an overstay, I'm not yet overstaying, but technically I will be overstaying very slightly. I'm gonna go ahead and do the renewal in person, have them send it to my apartment in Dumaguete, and then go back to my visa service provider to help me do the extension. Now, I'm not super worried about it. This is technically a very short-term overstay. Plus, I have a valid reason here, right? It's not because I'm willfully trying to be disobedient, but because I have to renew my passport. And from what I've heard, your authorization will not be granted for extension if you're less than 6 months up for renewal. Now, some people have asked me, why didn't you just go to Manila and do this in person? There's a few reasons for that. One, I like Dumaguete. I actually really like living here. 2, Manila is very busy. Everybody I hear that lives in Manila tells me, look, it's a major city. It's gonna be busy. It's gonna be fast-paced. You're gonna be on the go. You've got public transportation. You've got lots of people living there for work. It's the most densely populated city in the world. So it's not just a walk in the park. It's actually stressful. Plus the time. It's time I have to focus on getting things done as opposed to vlogging. Plus the cost. I have to pay for the flight to Manila. I have to pay for accommodation in Manila. Manila ain't cheap. It's definitely one of the more expensive cities in Southeast Asia. And so I thought I'll save the money, I'll save the time, and I'll just stay here. I'll do it by mail. Turns out I made a mistake there. And so I'm gonna go in person. I'm trying to sort out now with some of my friends whether it's advisable for me to go to the Cebu consulate, which is fully booked out. All their appointments are booked out. But I am asking for some leeway considering the circumstances. I don't want to be an overstay any longer than I absolutely have to, considering the circumstances of needing to renew my passport. And so I'll figure out, can I do it at the consulate anyway, even though I'm not able to get an appointment? Or should I go ahead and make the trip up to Manila? And that would save me some hassle as well by being able to just get the transfer of the visa extension from the old passport to the new passport in person rather than having to go with my friends at the visa service provider. It's a little bit stressful. There will be some stress until I get this passport renewal done and the visa stamp transferred. For me, I want to follow the rules. I want to do everything by the book. In retrospect, I should have just gone and done it in person in Manila, but that's a lot of work. So I thought, I'll save myself some time. Turns out I'm not saving myself some time, and I am going to pay both in time and money now to square this away. So no, I don't expect to be deported. No, I do not expect to be in trouble for this. I am doing everything I can in good faith to sort this out. It's a rare circumstance. We only have to renew every 10 years as Americans. And plus, there's a great relationship between the US and the Philippines. I don't expect this to be a major issue, but it is worth pointing out. You want to be proactive about this. You want to be more proactive than I was when you're encountering this type of situation, and try to do it in person if you can. Make a little vacation. That's what I'm going to turn this into. A little vacation up to Manila or to Cebu based on where I can go. Manila does have open appointments, so I can do it up there, but I know more people in Cebu, to be honest with you. I have more friends in Cebu. I have a lot more familiarity with Cebu. One of the ladies I'm interested in also lives in the Cebu area, so I'd be able to go see her if I pick Cebu over Manila. And I've been around Cebu. I know my way around the city somewhat. I'm looking forward to going to Cebu, but I'll go to Manila if I have to. I'll do whatever it is that I need to do to be in compliance with the rules. And I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to be a chance for me to get out of the city for a while, take a little bit of a break. I see it as an opportunity to mix it up. I actually last left Dumaguete in November, so it's been a couple of months since I've gotten out of town. And I'll get to meet people I've known online, like John Smulo and also Wang, and hopefully some other folks as well that I know through the internet and through mutual friends, but people I haven't got to meet yet. I am looking forward to some time in a big city. If you didn't know, I am a big city guy. I am missing the big city life at times here in Dumaguete, and the faster pace, the more options. Not looking forward to the big city prices, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not moving up there long term for right now, but it should provide some great opportunities to collaborate. Drop a note in the comments if you're in one of those two cities and you want to meet up, or send me an email. I have my email in the description of the video. I was last in Cebu about 5 years ago, and I was last in Manila about 5 months ago. So this should be interesting. I'll have a chance to get this sorted out and then enjoy some time with friends. And yeah, I apologize for not making this a walk and talk style, but I needed to be totally focused on the camera for this one to relay this information to you all. I last got my passport about 10 years ago. I was actually getting prepared for a study abroad, and I had to expedite the service. Fortunately, it wasn't as backed up in the US as it is now. I've heard some people are waiting like 3 and 4 months to get their passport renewed in the US right now. If you've had to do that, also let us know. But yeah, I'm not, like I said, not super worried about it. And I'm just gonna be moving forward on this as fast and efficiently as I can. I'll be sure to provide updates, whether it be on stream or on a follow-up video. I did want to let everybody know overstay is the most common reason that foreigners end up in jail here in the Philippines. It's not something that people should be doing or trying to do or thinking they're going to get away with. Like I said, for everybody that gets in trouble here, that's the most common reason, and it's easily avoided, right? It's easily avoided. I know they'll be asking me why I overstayed, and for good reason. That's a fair question. I'll let them know, hey, I just needed to do my passport renewal and should be totally fine. I'm sure I won't be the first foreigner that comes in there that's an overstay due to that reason. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Have you had to do a passport renewal overseas? I know my buddy just did his in Southeast Asia. It worked out without a hitch. It always helps to generate interesting discussions when we share our experiences. Next, subscribe to the channel down below if you want to see more content like this. And finally, give us a thumbs up if you want to see this content shared with more people like yourselves. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much, everybody.